All right, 7th graders, we're going to do one more lesson today. We're going to do one more lesson today on surface area. Surface area is finding the flat space or the flat pieces that are needed to put the three-dimensional figure together. Okay? It's not the volume of the figure. It's each of the faces or each of the bases, the area of each of those added together. All right? So we talked a little bit about this last time. In drawing, in helping understand what a net drawing is, we can understand that these faces and these bases make up the figure. So if we find the area of these pieces, we can find the surface area. Okay? Look at the some of the figures that we've talked about already. All right? This one, for example. So this is a rectangular, what? John?
Prism, wait.
A rectangular prism, right. Yep. And so this is a rectangle. And then this is supposed to be a square. Okay? So let's say that the square has a side of 4 centimeters and a depth of 6 centimeters. How would we find the surface area of this? How many bases would it have? 2 bases, right. So, if we draw those 2 bases, like this, see where the 2 bases are? These are the 2 bases. And then there are, how many bases? 4 to make a total of how many sides? 6 sides, right? So how are we going to find the surface area? What is surface area going to tell us? It's the area of all of these, what? Added together, right? Yep. John?
So you would, since there's 6 centimeters, you could add 6 plus 6 plus 6, or you could do 6
wait,
times 4.
6 plus 6 plus 6.
Plus 6.
We're going to find the area, so we're going to have to use an area formula. Okay? Kira?
Wouldn't that be 1/2 times the, wait, 1/2 times,
Well, wait, not 1/2. This is just, these are all what figure? How would you describe all of these? These are all types of what?
Rectangles.
Rectangles, yeah. And how do you find the area of the rectangle? Since these are all rectangles, what's the formula? Just base times height, right? So we're going to use the base times the height for each one. Okay? What's the area of the 2 squares? What are the areas of each square? No. base times height. Or, in the case of a square, you can do the side squared, right? Since all four sides are the same, you can do the side squared. Side times side, right? Side times side to get the area of the square. So what is the area of the squares? Joey? 16. And what's the area of the other one? John? 16. They're equal, aren't they? Yep. Now, since these are squares, these all have to be equal as well, right? So what are the areas of each of these? Why would they be 32? Hunter?
Why would it be 32?
No. What are the areas of the rectangles?
32 because isn't it just it looks like it's just twice the side of the.
But it's given to you. See, the depth of the rectangle, of this rectangle, from here to here is what? 6 centimeters. And the width we already know is 4 centimeters. Right? So what is the area, Keyshawn? The area of the rectangles. What formula would we use to find them? Look. Base times height. What is the base? 4. What is the height? 6. So the area of each rectangle is 24. Now, how can we use these numbers in a formula to get the surface area there? We could add them all up, or we could use what?
Formula.
What?
Formula.
Yeah, what formula?
1/2 times h equals
1/2. Why 1/2? These are all rectangles, John. Okay? Okay. Kira?
You could do 24 to the 4th power.
Wait, to the 4th power? Or 24 times, how many are there?
4.
4
And then plus 16.
plus
times 2.
16 times 2, right? The 4 faces and the 2 bases. Yep, and that will equal the surface area, right? Let's look at another one. How about the surface area of a circle? And in this circle, again we have, we're going to have a 3-dimensional figure. Okay, and so what is this as a net? What is the 3-dimensional figure here? This is a what? A cylinder, correct. This is a cylinder. So let's say this cylinder has a diameter of 8 centimeters. Okay. And it also has, this is a, these two have to be equal, right? And then the area of the base is, let's say, for the height of this, we need that, and that is 5 centimeters. Okay? So, what we're going to get is the height of the can. And then this is going to be equal to this line right here. All right? So, first of all, we need the area of the circle. How would you find the area of the circle? What formula would you use for the area of the circle, Isaac? What? All right, so we're going to need the radius, right? If the diameter is 8, then the radius is 4. Yep. 4 centimeters. Okay, pay attention to this. There's a lot of steps here. All right? This is all very doable. You all know these formulas. Now we're using them and putting them together to find the area of this three-dimensional figure. Okay? So, the area of the circle then is what? How would we find that? Chase?
Okay, 3 times 4 by 4.
Yep. So the radius squared times pi, right? 4 squared times pi, 3.14. Yep. And we're going to use 3.14 for pi. Okay? Then, if we have 2 equal circles, what can we do to get the area of both of them? Multiply this by 2. So what's the area of this first? What's your, pull out your calculator.
Times 3.4 times. Taking an N.
4 squared.
150.
0.2654.
All right, let's round it to the nearest 10. Round it to the nearest 10. What is it? Come on, class. Let's get this done. What is it, Kira?
50.2 would be right.
50.2. Okay. Now, we have to multiply that by 2 because there's 2 of them. 50.2 is the area of one of them. And we have 2 of them, right? A top and a bottom of the can. So we have to multiply it by 2. What is that? What would that be? 100.4, right? 100.4. So that's the area of this. Okay? Now, in order to get the area of this piece, we need the base and the height, right? We have the height. How are we going to get the base? The base will be equal to, so as this rolls up on the can, it's equal to the circumference of the, what?
Circle.
Of the circle, the circumference of the circle. We have to find the circumference in order to get this line, the base. What is the circumference then? How would we find that? Remember from learning about circles? It's pi times the, what? The width, what do we call that? On a circle. The diameter, pi times the diameter. Circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. So 8 times, what's 8 times 3.14?
8 and 5. It's 25.12.
25.1, then, right? So the nearest tenth,
Sure.
25.1 times the height. So this line is 25.1. That's the circumference of this circle times the height gives us the area of the rectangle. So find that. 25.1 times 5. Michael.
125.
125.5?
Yes.
No calculator.
All right. So that's the area of, it'd be the area of the label that's going around the can, right? So if we multiply, if we add this to the area of the top and the bottom, which we already found, plus 125. You get the area, the surface area of the whole thing, right? Troy.
I got 225.9
Good. 225.9 centimeters squared. Surface area of the can. Okay? Now, one more that you have to know. We've already covered this one. But instead of a square base, what if you have a triangular prism? Okay? If you have a triangular prism, then instead of finding the area of squares here, how would you find the area of a triangle? Not for a prism. I know. So base times height. So if this width is 5 and the height is 8 centimeters, and the base is 5 centimeters, and then this is 10 centimeters. Okay? So for each of these, you would use what formula, Chase?
Base times height.
Base times height, 10 times 5, right? So this is 50, this is 50, this is 50. How would you find the area of each triangle? Troy.
5 times 8 times a half.
All right, 1/2 times the base times the height. So 1/2 times the base, which is 5, times the height, which is 8. Then you'd have to multiply that by 2 because there's 2 triangles. So this is 20, isn't it? Times 2 for both triangles is 40 plus 150 is 190 centimeters squared. Okay? Again, you know how to do all of this. You just got to put it all together. All right? So this will be on the quiz. These 3 shapes. Okay? The cylinder, the rectangular prism, and the triangular prism. Okay? Now, that's not the only thing that'll be on the quiz.
Darn it.
You'll also have to identify the space figures that we did in lesson 10.4. And you'll have to be able to find the area of a trapezoid. So that's the 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. And triangles and circles And also, there will be one question where you have to find the area of the shaded region. All right? So, for example, if we have a circle, you'd have to find the area of the circle and then subtract the area of the triangle. I'm sorry, the square or the rectangle. Minus the rectangle. Right? So make sure you can do that. Okay? And circles, you'll have to know obviously the radius, diameter, find the area of the circle, find the circumference of the circle, and parallelogram, base times height, right? Make sure you understand that an altitude is perpendicular to the base. Okay? Sit down, class. We're not done yet. All right? But if we get answers faster when I'm teaching you, then it doesn't take as long. Okay? No, it's not. It's not over till I'm done. Okay? Are there any questions? All right? So that'll be on your final quiz. Make sure that you study all of those things that we just talked about.